Okay, so here's the deal. I'm still technically not in the mood to play this game, but my good friend Hizuka here decided to lend me his Slayer. And I thought, you know what? What the freaking F? Why don't we just showcase the job advancements for Slayers? And that's what we're gonna do today in this video. Here we go. Okay, here's the thing. I want you to know that I also have a level 30 Slayer in my first server, which is Belscott. And I was top 2 when I last quit that server because the server just had to suffer with some, issues of logging in with multiple people logging in at the same time. And these were the good old days when the servers were first starting, okay? I wanted to have a Slayer in the first place because I felt like my personality was kind of like, an assassin type who swiftly attacks from the hindsight and gets you on and, just basically cuts your throat right away without you not even having to defend yourself, right? So these are what the Slayers definitely are, okay? They were made for World of Dragoness. They're actually special to this specific game because in the PC and in Dragoness C, where the developers are different, I'm thinking, they don't have a Slayer job there. In the previous Dragoness, the assassin job is called, if I'm not mistaken, a Ripper. I was a Ripper. I had a Ripper back then. But I changed job to Archer. So the Ripper also is kind of like using sickle and chain, but the Slayer here is somewhat unique because it uses dual swords and of course flying swords, which is epic in my opinion. Okay, and today we're gonna be examining what the Slayer's job advancement really is. So this is my friend Hizuka here, and he right now is actually an executioner. So as what most of you would already think, Slayers have 4 roles specifically. 4 job advanced roles: the Slaughter, the Executioner, the Dawn Slider, and the Edge Slinger. 2 of the roles will have a dual sword built into him, and the other 2 roles will have the flying sword, just like any other advanced job. Okay, so let's go ahead and tackle this one by one. Let's start first with the Edge Slinger, okay, because I was quite interested when I saw the description here. Edge Slingers are specialized for throwing multiple flying swords to the enemy to sustain damage. It's impossible to get through the barrage of attacks. So that sounds kind of interesting. That kind of tells me that this job is like a Gatling gun, wherein it just attacks you, barragely from range. Okay, so let's go ahead and see and change job. What this Edge Slinger holds for us. Okay, so let's go. All right, so there we go. We have completed advance of an Edge Slinger from an Executioner. Let's go ahead and reset his skills too so that we can unlock his skills. Okay, so let's check out his skills. The first skill that we should unlock is Piercing Pang. Okay, Piercing Pang. Let's go ahead and check Piercing Pang here. Okay, here we go. This is the original Piercing Pang. So he kind of like flies his sword towards the enemy. Let's go ahead and max this out and then let's unlock it. Okay, let's unlock the EX version of Piercing Pang. There's added range and there's added hits, and there's also added attack percentage. Yeah, definitely more explosive. Okay, let's check out the other one, Dragline EX. Okay, this sounds really familiar. I forgot. Dragline EX. Okay, here we go. This is Dragline EX. And let's see what this does. This is the new Dragline. Wow, okay. So it kind of like throws his sword in a line. Okay, that's Dragline EX. Alright. So let's go to this one here. Screw burst, his chain skill. Okay. Screw burst. Okay, screw you. Okay. This is the screw burst before. Okay. Let's unlock the screw burst EX. Whoa! That is freaking explosive. Look at that. Boom! Release a firestorm forward. There's a diffusion effect. So it turns into AoE. If you notice the first time that you use screw burst without EX, it's just a one-liner. This time around, it's kind of AoE kind of thing. Okay, so I think for most of the time, we've used this. We've used the Edge Slinger for quite a while. Also, well, not really a while, for just a few hours or just a few minutes. And we think the Edge Slinger mainly focuses on range AoE damage. Okay, so I think the Edge Slinger is very, very effective, or he's the most effective job advance, in my opinion. Okay, but I could be wrong. In my opinion, when it comes to Slayer being in the battlefield together along with his guild mates. Okay, now that's really, really important because the Edge Slinger supposedly is medium range, and also can burst you from afar, essentially. Okay, so I think that's very important to know, because as a Slayer, you have to choose between flying sword and dual sword. The thing with dual sword is that it means you expose your body in the front line. You gotta make sure that once you select a target, you gotta make sure to be able to eliminate the target in the first few seconds, or else you will be dead. Okay, so it also depends on your type of build. So that's the Edge Slinger. Alright, so the next job that we're going to be taking on, let's continue on with the daggers. This time around, let's see what the Dawn Slider looks like when it's advanced. Okay, so it says here that Dawn Sliders move quickly with agile body movements and punish the enemies from a distance. The enemy won't be able to catch even their shadows very easily. Wow, that sounds really wicked. Let's go ahead and check out what this Dawn Slider can do for us. Okay, here we go. Change the job from Edge Slinger to Dawn Slider, and let's go ahead and reset his skills. Alright, now let's check out his advanced skills. So the first one is Flying Edge EX. Okay, Flying Edge is here, and this is what it looks like. Oh, this is the friggin' ball that they throw at me. Yeah, that's the ball, and it stuns you for 1.2 seconds or shocks you for 2.4 seconds. Yeah, I remember this skill. I hate this skill. Okay, so let's go ahead and check. Now it says it will have diffusion with them. So here we go. What? 3 balls? If 1 ball wasn't enough, then there's 3 balls. Well, I know some Slayers were kind of sad too, because their balls got nerfed too for a few seconds now. But that's okay. That's part of it. It's part of the game. So here we go. 3 balls, because it has diffusion, which is friggin' wicked. Look at that. See, I could look at this all day. It's like Christmas balls coming at you. And it still gives attack, and it still offers stun. Look at that. Still offers stun, man. Look at this. Boom, 3 balls. All right, let's go ahead and check out the second one, Blade Link. Okay, let's check out Blade Link here. Okay. Yeah, I'm familiar with this attack too, so there we go. Blade Link is maxed out, so it kind of like throw your sword forward to slash the enemy while launching them. Oh, you throw the sword, so they'll be launched from the ground. Let's try and see what Blade Link looks like this time. Thunder? Wow, okay. Boom. Throw your sword. It adds hit, basically, okay? It adds hit. Doesn't add anything else but hit. It also lifts enemies up in the air. Okay. Let's check out Blade Wave this time around. The chain skill. Blade Wave is here. This is what it looks like. Yep, I remember this skill. Let's max this out. So this adds, this basically launches you from the ground and adds attack. Okay, so let's enhance it. All right. Whoa! Look at those, explosive. Boom! Look at those spikes, shadowy spikes from hell, baby. Okay, this adds a lot of range, definitely, and this is definitely more AoE than anything else. Look at that. You can't escape that. Well, a good Slayer won't allow you to escape that. So you got these spikes. First, they deliver you balls, and then they give you spikes. What the freaking F? Nerf this. I'm just kidding, okay? Look at that. So, swords, coming from the ground and up. All right, let's go ahead and equip this. His ultimate is focused on Dragon Breath, okay? And this is his ultimate right now, Dragon Breath. So let's go ahead and equip this so that we can test him out in the field. All right, let's go. Okay, so here's the thing with the Dawn Slinger, okay? It has range, and at the same time, it can get close to you if they want to, okay? Which is pretty deadly for me, because the first job that we tackled, the what do you call this? What was the first job again? The first job, the Edge Slinger, is basically staying in the edge, okay? The Dawn Slinger, how they're different is that they have the option to actually stay in range, and if they want to move in quickly for the kill, they can, okay? And that, I think, is a very huge advantage for, for range and PvP. And look at the boss. You can't escape these stuns, man. Look at that. So they added 2 more balls in the one ball, and they added, range for the lift, which makes it really, really deadly. The Dawn Slinger, I think, is a better job rather than the, if you compare Dawn Slinger and Edge Slinger, I think pretty much, in my opinion again, I think the Dawn Slinger is a way better job than the Edge Slinger, okay, in my personal opinion. I really like these balls, these balls really give me the chills. Look at that. Boom, there's the spikes. Okay. So, and the balls are there and the spikes are there, and ball plus spike equals death, essentially, okay? And that's what I think. That's one advantage that the Dawn Slinger has, is that it can come close to you if it wants to, all right? And that for me is maneuverability. And if you're in the battlefield, maneuverability is very, very important, all right? Let's go ahead and go for the next job right now, this time with the dual swords. Let's go. Alright, this time around, let's go again to the job advancement here, and let's go for slaughter, okay? Let's read what slaughter is defined for, okay? Slaughters quickly approach the enemy and cut them with a machine mercilessly. Cut them with them. That doesn't make sense grammar-wise. Okay, approached enemies are like their delicacy, so they're gonna eat them alive, something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and unlock this job advance to slaughter. Okay, go ahead and unlock the slaughter here, and let's slaughter the slaughter. Let's see what this does. Okay, let's go ahead and reset his skills too. All right. So, first is Spin Slash. Let's go ahead and check out Spin Slash here. This is what Spin Slash looks like. Okay, yeah, looks familiar. Let's go ahead and see what the upgraded Spin Slash looks like. Okay, it adds range and it adds hit. Got 360 combo. Okay, the Spin Slash here, it gives you bleeding. Damn, I hate bleeding. Okay. So the next skill is Hunting Hawk EX. It adds intersection, lift, and hit. That's another 3-in-1 coffee. Whenever I see an advanced skill that has 3 additional effects, I call it a 3-in-1 coffee. And so far, based on our evaluation right now, only the Archer and the Slayer has a 3-in-1 coffee so far. I could be wrong. I could have missed, something. But let's check out the new one, the Hunting Hawk EX. Hunting Hawk is right here. This is what used to look like. Oh yeah, this is when they step back and then they slash while they step back. Okay, let's max this out. And let's go ahead and check this one in. Look at that. More intersection, more lift, and more hit. Wow, that looks cool. Okay, last but not least, Twin Blades EX. Okay, let's go ahead and check out his Twin Blades EX. Okay, so it's 1, 2, yeah, where he slashes both of the blades in your face. Okay. Twin Blade EX, there you go, definitely more intersection. I think there's more range too, look at that. There's more intersection as well. Okay, let's go ahead and equip these skills so that we can try them out in the field right now. Okay, so we're switching to dual sword this time around with Spin Slash and of course Hunting Hawk. Okay, and let's just do this one. And for the chain skill, let's equip Twin Blades. Let's check out what this guy can do in the field right now. Let's go. Alright, so this is the Slaughter right now, and we've been playing this for quite a while too. The one thing that I've noticed from the Slaughter, it's just my personal observation, is that he has a lot of bleed effects, I think, and that's mostly what's unique about him, because he approaches you, he touches you, and you bleed to death, okay, essentially. So he's got a lot of bleed effect and got a lot of intersection. So if you're on attack, you could easily basically just poison everyone and bleed everyone if you have a really high attack rate. So as far as maneuverability is concerned, the only thing that's maneuverable is this skill right here. Okay, let me show you. So the only thing that's maneuverable basically is the skill right here where he jumps back and forth. I don't even know if that's his skill. Yeah, it is his skill. Flash Hunter is his only way of moving around. And for me, I'm not used to using Slayer, but I think it's pretty complicated. However, they do have a lot of bleed effects. Okay, but I think you're gonna have to balance yourself, because once you're in the battlefield and you expose yourself because you're using dual swords, I think it's really important that you somewhat balance your stats so that you can survive after the assassination has happened. Okay, and I think Hisoka is basically doing this right now. Look at this. So that's basically a burst right there. His EX. There, that's basically a burst, and I think Slaughters are okay. I think they're more on assassinating 1v1 and diving in, but they have to find a way to dive out too. So you have to balance your build. All right, let's go ahead and go to the last but final job. Okay, so here we go. We are in the last and final job, which is the Executioner, the last of the double blades. Okay, the Executioner. Let's read out the Executioner here. Executioners steer enemies mercilessly with sharp attacks. Only ruins remain after a series of storm-like attacks. So I think this is kind of like the description with the Dawn Slider, or not really, the Edge Slinger. I mean, but this time around, he's supposed to be barraging you with attacks from the inside. So if this was a boxer, this is an inside boxer. Let's go ahead and what this guy looks like. Okay. Oops, I like diamonds. Okay, sorry. Let's add some diamonds first. Red diamonds here. Okay, real quick. Alright, there we go. And let's go ahead and change job to Executioner. Okay. Here we go. There we are. From Slaughter, we are now as an Executioner. And let's reset our skills here. Okay. So the first skill that he has is Hunting Blade EX. This is the Hunting Blade. This is what it looks like. Hit the ground with your sword to pull the enemies and slash them. Wow. That's kind of OP, you know. Let's max this out. So he absorbs you in a vacuum and you hit them, okay? Let's see what this thing... It adds range, basically. Let's try to see if... yeah, we already unlocked it. Let's unlock it. Okay. It basically adds range to your skill, okay? So let's go ahead and equip this hunting blade. There we go. Okay. And the next skill essentially is... What is this? Typhoon Crush, okay? Where's Typhoon Crush is here. Jump and perform a spinning slash to stab the ground. Boom. Okay, yeah, I'm familiar with this one too. It's a spinning slash where he hits you several times as he goes up into the air. There we go. This is the Typhoon Crush, okay? Definitely more explosive because the explosion adds a lot of range there. I can see that it adds a lot of range. Last but not least, it's Presto Slash. That kind of sounds like a biscuit, right? Presto Slash, the heck. Anyway, so Presto Slash is this one, okay? This is what it looks like. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, eat that biscuit, honey. Okay. It adds knockdown. Wow, that's cool. Presto Slash is cool because it adds knockdown. Okay, let's equip that. And of course, his ultimate is going to focus on Armageddon. And yeah, let's go ahead and try him in the field. We've tested him several times, but let's go ahead and try him in the field and see what we think. All right, let's go. Okay, so here's what we think about the Executioner after playing it for a few hours, okay? The Executioner basically has, you know, more burst than the Slaughter, okay? It definitely has more burst. He can basically burst you one time and then you're ripped to pieces, okay? If an Executioner has high CP, he's very, very deadly, especially if they have really high attack, okay? Because I think for Executioners, it don't matter for them if they go out alive, okay? As long as they can cut your friggin' throat, okay? I don't think it matters to them if they ever going out alive in the battle, okay? Because there's definitely no escape for Executioners. I don't see any escape, you know, escape ability for Executioners. Once you're in the battle, you know, Executioners will deal the burst damage that is needed, okay? And look at this, okay, look at this guy. He's got a lot of burst, okay? It's definitely a barrage of attack still. The specialty of Slayers, you know, as per usual, is they're really specialized on the barrage of attacks. And that's basically their main character. That's their identity as Slayers, because you can't be a Slayer if you don't have a barrage of attacks. You don't have stun, if you don't have, you know, anything else, okay? So I think that's pretty much the conclusion here. If I were to choose though between the 4 jobs, I'm not sure with my friend here, maybe he's used to using dual blades, because it also depends on what type of player are you. As you know, I'm pretty much a huge believer on that, but in my opinion, I would choose to be a Dawn Slider, okay? The Dawn Slider is one of I think it's the #1 job for Slayers. Why? Because I have maneuverability. Oh my goodness, maneuverability in the battlefield, okay? And if I want to go in the battlefield, I can choose to quickly to finish my enemy with dual blades, and I can quickly go out too. And I have a wide range stun. The 3 balls, I got 3 balls, baby. You got 2, I got 3. The 3 balls is for me just so wickedly crushing, okay? 1 ball for me in Colosseum as a cleric is enough. I hate that 1 ball. How much more if this guy throws at me 3 balls, okay? So I hope this guide has been very helpful for you, for Slayers. Not just for Slayers, but for non-Slayers who will be able to identify who they're fighting with, okay? I'm gonna leave my friend here, Hizuka, and shout out to him, by the way, and the rest of the Berlin server. Once again, Stay home, stay safe, and you know, don't mind my emotions for now, okay? Stay inside World of Dragoness. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.